business owner and you're thinking about making changes within your business, even though you've got good intentions, even though it's a good news story, you need to communicate early. I can't stress that enough. Early, get people's feedback. Because you sitting by yourself in a room cannot imagine the impacts, because you yourself are not going to have all the answers, so get the brains trust in the room. In change, it's called a change impact, a discussion or a change impact workshop.
Can you talk a little bit about that, how leaders need to be more aware of the psychological things that happen in humans and how we can get better at that?
That was a great word, aware. A lot of leaders aren't aware. So my last corporate experience, they were going through a big cost-cutting initiative, right? And the CFO thought he was being amazing, and he's like, saving $60,000, cutting out the biscuits in the tea room, patting himself on the back, and the quarterly results, all the board members were like, oh, well done, well done. The amount of gossip that caused, like people bitching about the lack of Tim Tams, like hours every day. That lost productivity was hundreds of thousands of dollars, 100%. Hundreds of thousands. So if you're a business owner and you're thinking about making changes within your business, even though you've got good intentions, even though it's a good news story, you need to communicate early. I can't stress that enough. Early, get people's feedback, because you sitting by yourself in a room cannot imagine the impacts. So in change, it's called a change impact, a discussion or a change impact workshops. So you invite people from different areas of your business to really identify how is this going to impact our people and culture? How's it going to impact our operations and technology, our systems, our customers? Because you yourself are not going to have all the answers. So get the brains trust in the room.
I feel like a fair chunk of it is culture, and culture probably plays a huge role in the adaptability of the firm. If you do change well, I feel like it's these things at the front end when you're managing change, but over the years of having a really good culture in the business that, you're hiring people that are adaptable or good communication, as you said. What can leaders do to shape their culture that sort of embraces an organization that just thrives in change, and how do we do that?
There's a really great company in Berlin called Blind Feed, and that they got bought out, and they instituted a ritual every single Friday called Fuck Up Fridays, where, as you can imagine, they celebrate mistakes, they celebrate failures, they celebrate things that didn't go wrong. But it's not oh, woe is me, I was stupid, I did this. Everybody really looks forward to that Friday, because what does it do? It normalizes failure. People are not scared of getting things wrong. And most importantly, it refocuses them on what matters, which is what did they learn from it? What are they going to start doing differently? What are they going to stop doing differently? And notice I said the word ritual there. It's not a routine, right? Because the difference between a ritual and a routine, it's the mindset behind the action. It's the purpose, right? It's the meaning behind it. So people look forward to it. And now F Up Friday communities have sprung up all over the world. So if it's part of your culture, you need to celebrate it. You need to talk about it. Don't just let it live through words on a wall. There needs to be some action behind it.
Where in your case, have you been involved in a company where you've come in, where the change that you're looking at implementing is make or break? And I'd love to hear a story where you were involved in a company where they had to implement a change, and if they didn't get it right, it was going to be detrimental to their business. Is there a story you could share? You don't have to give names of the companies, but I'd love to hear a dialogue around how that story played out in your involvement.
100%. Oh, I'm happy to name. It's not private. WA Police. And that literally was life or death. Like, can you imagine someone calls 000 and you send a helicopter in the wrong direction? Or you send it to the house next door, and when someone's getting robbed. So that was a technology transformation. It was like a heart and lung transplant. So it was their main artery that connected Department of Justice, mental health services, child protection services, etc., etc. So it was very delicate. 6,500 police officers, 2,500 civilians, and that particular piece of software kept the entire state of WA, like 1.7 million people. That's what helped keep them safe and helped them and enabled them to respond, audit, track, and manage 000 calls. That was a long project. That was about 2 years. One of my most fulfilling, because it was, when you think police, you just think, on the beat, trawling down the street. Trawling Burke Street. But, I got to hang out with the canine police. I got to see the mounted police with the horses, got on the water with the water police, and I could see in real time how they interacted with the technology and what I could do to make it easier when they were responding to 000 calls of distress.